Hi everyone, Rodney Brown here again. This is a kind of a special segment to Rodney Brown's town about my dad. My dad is, you saw at the beginning, was a World War II vet, casualty. He's from Emo, Ontario. He joined the forces when he was a teenager. And Lake Superior regiments. And he ended up fighting in a tank. He was the gunner in a tank. Ended up in Holland. He was part of the Liberation Army for Holland. But you know, my dad was always very quiet about the war. Like I think most of the guys were, most of the vets were. We played music together. We were playing a festival in Victoria Park in London, Ontario. And we were walking around the park just checking it out, and my dad saw this tank, and all of a sudden he stopped dead in his tracks. We walked over, he just stood there, he lit up his pipe, and you know, it got real quiet, and he said, yeah, this is the tank that I was in World War II. It's called the Holy Roller. There's only one tank left of all those tanks, and it's in London, Ontario. He got quiet, and I got up the nerve to ask him. I said, Dad, tell me what happened. And I don't think I can tell the story right now. It's in my song Casualty of War, but he described to me exactly what happened. You know, my mom confided in us when we were kids that he was the only survivor. The tank was shelled and was hit. He was the only one to survive. He was the gunner on top, and it was a pretty heavy duty story. The tank was shelled. It got really hot. He said it was all he could do to open up the hatch. He got that hatch open. He said smoke was just billowing out like crazy. He could hear the guys screaming below him. And there's nothing he could do. He couldn't. Just cut for a sec. And anyways, he ended up going crazy. He said he just started running towards the Germans, and he was yelling and screaming at them. And then it just went black. So he just blacked out and woke up in the hospital in Holland, and sent him home after that. He had the scars. He had, you know, skin grafts. He had a scar on his face. He had a beard for a long time. Well, things healed up on his face, and you know, it was heavy duty time. You know, for him, for everyone, all the families involved. But anyways, that's my dad, Mel Brown. You can hear him on YouTube too. So he's a pretty good songwriter and singer himself. So.